What's going on, podcasters and YouTubers? This is Hav here, one of your hosts from the Real Fan Review, coming out of Long Island, New York. We got our man in the chair, Al.
How's it going, everybody?
Yes, sir. Just us two tonight, Al.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They
It's
probably
all
got They probably got grossed out, man.
right. Okay. So many dicks you can watch in one movie, man.
Too many. I'm done. I'm done. If you guys don't know, we're gonna talk about Jackass Forever today.
Oh God.
I hate to say that we're gonna do a non-spoiler and spoiler on Jackass. So the non-spoiler legit is gonna be like 2 minutes because we're gonna just say something because everything's a spoiler because all their stunts and stuff like that is like just crazy. So if you haven't seen Jackass Forever, don't worry with the non-spoiler real quick. Then pause this and come back and we'll talk about Jackass Forever with the spoiler, talking about all the crazy shit we saw, legit shit. Al, just really quick non-spoiler, what was your thoughts on Jackass Forever?
Not Jackass. Actually, I was amused. I really didn't know how well they could pull off a movie like this, considering that a lot of them are close to 50 years old.
Yeah.
And nothing. I'm not that far away myself, so I'm not saying anything negative about that. But to do what they're doing in these movies, it's no wonder they brought in a new crew.
Yeah.
Because even they had to know, some of these shits we can't do. So put these new guys in there. But considering it's a Jackass movie, it depends on the day if I can take that kind of humor or not. I'm not much for that. I'd rather dialogue, or stand up or something like, or a regular comedy movie. Yeah. But this kind of like physical humor, I'm not really a big fan of it all the time. Uh-huh. But depending on the day, I can take it. And so far, that shit had me. I mean, it's stupid the shit that they do in this movie.
Yeah.
But if you've seen a Jackass movie, you kind of know what you're in store for. But it still didn't disappoint, kid. These things were hysterical watching them.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is the most weirdest thing I could think of. But I was telling even my wife about it. She asked me, "So what'd you think?" And I told her that I laughed my ass off so hard that my throat was hurting by the end of the movie. But then I don't think I ever want to watch another Jackass movie again. I think I'm done with Jackass and that crew. So it's like if I had to give it a rating, it would be like it's like a mix of don't rush to see it, but at the same time, if you are a fan of this kind of humor and if you know who the Jackass guys are, you know what type of humor you're in for, which I don't know why I forgot before I went into the movie what I was in for. And I was quickly reminded the minute the movie started. So, soon as the movie started, I said, "Oh, this is gonna be this kind of movie." Okay.
Oh yeah.
That was not a monster. Jesus. Anyway,
so it's like I thought that was fake.
Oh,
I was not expecting them to pull back and show that.
Stop. We'll talk about it in the spoiler. So it's a weird rating for me because again, I know the type of humor, or I should have known the type of humor that was going to come of it, and I will admit up front, I laughed my ass off on some of these things that were happening. But it's just something like I don't think I need to see them or the type of humor that they're doing anymore because it was a little over the top for me, man. It's so weird because I know after the fact I was like, did I have a good time? And I'm like, I did, but I was also grossed out. So I don't know, man. Al, how about you, man? What do you think? Is it a need to watch for you or something that people could wait for?
If you're into that humor, definitely go see this because it is funny. It lives up to their, I guess, reputation, their history. They've been doing this, like they said, 20 years. It's ridiculous how long they've been doing this for. If you're not, don't go. Because there's a lot of shit in it that'll gross you out. So if you're a little queasy, if you aren't really a big fan of it, don't even think, oh, maybe I could stand. No. There's some shit in here that even I was like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, as cool as we are, I mean, yo, I think I've known you more than half my life at this point. There's some shit in there. I can't, no.
that we would
There's no,
never do.
the check can't be, there's no
There's
check big
no
enough,
check
kid.
big enough. Yeah,
Kid.
no, I completely concur, agree. There's no check where I would feel comfortable doing 90% of that movie with you, Sanj, Ree, Ro, Brandon, Eric, and I've known you guys pretty much my whole life, and I
Yeah,
wouldn't do
kid.
some of those things.
That's
Like they were really comfortable with each other.
too comfortable. Okay, yo, they didn't pause. Like when we get into the spoiler, you'll understand why I'm saying there should have been a pause. Not even saying the word pause. Like
No, like
stop.
nothing,
Like don't even do it.
dude. Let's get into it, man. Because that's it. Listen, we want to really get into this because there's some stuff we got to talk about, Al.
Yeah,
So,
man.
guys, if you're out there watching us right now or listening to us on the podcast app, look, if you like Jackass, go check it out. You're going to laugh and enjoy yourself. If you're not into Jackass humor and you go to see this movie, you will still laugh at a lot of it, but most of it will gross you out. So just go in with a fair warning. We're trying to save you guys and save your eyes from what is in this movie because it is raunchy as hell.
Oh yeah.
So here we go. We're going to go into spoilers for Jackass Forever now. Al, there is no way in hell about, like I said, 90 to 95%. I'm almost scared to even say 5% of things I would do with you guys because I don't know what I would with the tricks that we saw and the stunts we saw. But they are very, very comfortable with each other. I mean, there was one person who was helping someone move their nuts into a punching bag shape. And the guy had no problem just grabbing his nuts and pulling them down. I'm like, what are we watching?
And then shifting them to position them. Oh,
no. Sanjay kept looking at me and goes, the answer is no. And
there wouldn't even be a question.
No question. There's Al, the very first scene is a penis monster. This is what's gonna happen. We're gonna be laughing like crazy throughout this entire thing, and then talk about like we don't really recommend people see it if they're not Jackass fans. But we're gonna be laughing throughout this whole episode about the shit that we saw yesterday.
Yeah, it's because it's that crazy humor. It's like it's so stupid. You can't help but laugh. Like it's like when you see somebody fall. You know, you want to ask them if they okay, but you're laughing as you ask them if they okay. It's like that kind of humor.
Oh my goodness. I would have to say some of the stunts that made me laugh that were my favorite that weren't grotesque was the human ramp where they lined themselves up under a ramp and then they pretty much the wood board was on top of like three people on top of each other and either somebody would skateboard, bicycle, or the biggest guy in their crew would be on a motorcycle going off of them.
Oh my God. Yeah, I felt like there's something wrong with that guy because the shit they had him do, and he was gladly doing it. Like,
he knew what he signed up for.
Oh, he launched that bike. Yeah, I thought he broke his hip when he landed. When he went on, what was it, that little scooter bike or whatever?
Yeah.
He launched, and I thought that was going to be the most painful part. But when you see him land, he's a big dude.
Big boy.
All that weight came down on that bike. Oh.
No, the thing that made me laugh the most with that stuntman trick or the human ramp was the guy at the bottom of the ramp. So there's one guy laying down, a guy laying down on top of him, another guy laying down on top of him, and then a wood plank for the people to jump off of. Well, the guy at the bottom, after the big guy came off of the motorcycle, he just laid there for like 2 minutes just going, oh. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious for me, man. Al, what was one of your favorite, like I guess, stunts or something in the show there, the movie?
The one that I found the funniest because like it was one of the few ones that showed thought and planning other than just being silly was the snake one where they had two of them thinking that they were just coming to get mic'd up and everything. And then they had showed them like some venomous snake that was in a bucket.
Yeah.
And then they lock them in the room. They switch out the bucket. So now there's no snake in there, but they think it is. And then they turn out the light because, you got to deal with them trying to get out of that room. And then you actually had a fallback room that was set up with like mouse traps and tacks
and pans hanging from the ceiling.
Oh yeah, the pots and pans hanging. Oh, kid. But that's what I'm saying. They had like multi-layers to that skit. It was planned out. There was thought. Right. And it's funny because you see them they don't know what the hell's going on. It's pitch black and shit.
Yeah.
They're getting poked and prodded with like stun guns and cow prods and shit. And it's just hysterical watching them all react. And then you have that one guy, like he was so scared at the end. He didn't want to leave.
He didn't want to leave the room.
He didn't know what might be still to happen. So he was like, "No, kid, I'm just going to live here. I'm living in this room now."
He goes, "It's a nice room. I'll just live here. I'll just stay here the whole time because I'm not going through those doors." Oh, my God, man. Yeah, another funny one was the Supreme Wedgie. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, granted, like, you're seeing three guys in their tighty whities.
Yeah.
But they had they had the two biggest guys, I think it's Bessie and the new guy.
Yeah.
They pretty much had them like jump off of like a little platform, and they had Wee Man, who was a little person, in the bottom. So when they jumped down, the underwear was gonna pull him up. But these guys are really, really big. So when they jumped off the platform, not only did Wee Man fly up, but the underwear went so far up his ass, like that it was like ripped, and it was like he looked like he was being tortured and
he looked in pain.
Yeah, it was really like a really bad wedgie. It was.
He was screaming, "Get me down!" Like he was hurting.
Oh my God, man, that was another funny one. Another one, unfortunately, involves Wee Man as well, and I swear I'm not picking on the guy because it's just it made me laugh, man. Is that they were playing musical chairs, I think it was called.
Okay.
And they were trying to sit on a seat that didn't have what is it called? The things that come out of the steering wheel.
Oh, airbags.
They had airbags underneath the chairs, and they said it was under one chair, but it was actually under all four chairs. So all four guys exploded, but Wee Man actually went straight up and flipped backwards.
Yeah, and I felt bad because they were supposed to put covering on them shits, and he fell right onto those. He fell right
onto all those pipes and those, because I guess they didn't expect that he was going to flip backwards.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God! Al, any other funny ones for you, man?
The one that I laughed at, but at the same time I was like, shit, like did they get fucked up? Was the I don't know what they called the skit, but it's the one where they had the slide going down the side of the hill, and then they layered it with lube or whatever that was. Kid, when they were hitting the floor, they were hitting that so hard. Yeah. I forget the new guy, Eric something. I forgot his name. He hit it with his back, and then he laid there for a while. Like I really thought he was dead. Like, because he hit that shit hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are these guys not in crutches, body casts?
Dude, how many people would you say in that movie? We watched, it was an hour and a half movie. I think we saw 3 people knock the fuck out.
Yeah.
Right? Poopy's knocked out. I can't believe his name is Poopies. Knoxville got knocked out by the bull.
Oh yeah.
That was tough.
And Steve-O got knocked out.
When he knocked out real quick.
When they did the band thing on the treadmill.
On the treadmill.
That was one of the stupid ones. I'm sorry. That was a stupid one where I'm like, why am I laughing at this shit?
All right. So now, of course, there's going to be some bad ones or distasteful ones. And I got to say, Al, some of those distasteful ones were like really, really bad, man. The one that stands out to me because it's just like, why are we looking at Steve-O's ass so much in this movie? And they were trying to catch a fart inside of a water tub. And it's just like, oh, this is so disgusting, man. It just keeps showing him trying to fart. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And then it caused some kind of big boom explosion.
No, kid. That was the one where I was like, am I really I actually asked myself, am I in a movie theater watching another man's ass on 100-foot screen,
digital IMAX,
and watching him try to fart? Like, is this really what I'm doing right now?
I know. I said the same thing to myself. Like, I looked at Brandon at one point. I was like, why are we here? Like, and Brenda's like, this shit is funny. I'm like, I don't know. I'm laughing, but I don't know.
That man's asshole is on screen and is bigger than my head right now, and I'm watching it, waiting for a fart to come out. Like, is this my night right
man. Now? Yeah, man. And another one that was kind of distasteful was, again, Steve-O. Actually, it's more than just one. It's like Steve-O and Pontius have no problems with full frontal throughout this entire movie. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. I don't remember a rated R movie or a porno that had this much dick in it.
No,
it's crazy.
But my thing with it is, listen, you want to show your shit, fine. Why? I'm great. I'm glad you're so confident and whatever, and you're comfortable. But they were coming to each other and touching each other's dick like it was nothing, kid.
They're like, look.
Yo, who was the one that put his dick in that glass paddle?
Pontius.
And flattened his dick. And then, what's his name?
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville comes up from behind, grabs and starts playing paddleball. What? Basically, you're jerking him off. Like, it's basically.
What are we watching?
What are you doing? And I paid to come watch this.
I that's the part that I'm like, I cannot watch this anymore. I can't do this, man. This is the last time. Wait, how about the trick that never happened, because the guy was in a silver suit, and before they even got to the stunt, he looks shocked, and they're like, what's wrong? And he's like, I shit myself. Like, yo, dog, you're a grown man. What do you mean you shit yourself? And they all looked at him like, no, you're joking around. He's like, no, I shit myself. Like,
he goes, go smell. And he starts backing up to the camera.
And then the cameraman starts throwing up on the screen. Like, oh my goodness.
Oh God.
Al, is there anything that grossed you out?
The one that grossed me out was it was the flashback scene when they were trying to show earlier attempts at that fart one. And they show the guy in the tub. First of all, only one guy needed to be naked in order to catch the fart. Why were they both in the tub naked? Was my question. One. Two, he was pushing so hard, he shit.
This is terrible. This is terrible, dude. This is actually terrible, man.
But he gets out and he had shitted right there in the water. And then they zoom in on. I'm like, oh God.
Oh goodness.
And then talking about shit, the other one was with the another flashback when the guy shitted in the toilet in the store.
Yeah, they were doing the bathroom trick where they put a toilet in a yard sale, and then the toilet exploded. But then they flash back to when he actually took a shit in a toilet at a store. That's just so crazy.
Okay.
That's just gross, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
But to me, the funniest one.
Yeah.
Because this, I can stand this type of humor in terms of physical humor, was the new guy when he plays the helpless handyman. And Knoxville is playing old grandpa, and he sits on the pillow, and then the guy falls and launches him. Yo, that I would have loved to have been one of the innocent people in the store watching that, Because that
Oh,
had to have been hysterical watching him launch up like that.
dude, when the employee who had only been there for 2 days, he goes, no, he legitimately went into the roof. Like, and we didn't see that part yet because they only showed the front view of him flying into the air, but then they showed the side angle and you see his legs go into the ceiling. Oh my God, those guys are crazy, man.
Oh man.
No, just nuts. And it's funny because again, we're here laughing at all this stuff, but there's an hour and a half of this crazy shit, dude. It's just
Yeah.
it's insane, man. But you know, if there's one thing I gotta say that's kind of like, I guess not a good thing, but like an incredible kind of thing, is the fact that these guys are still friends after all these years, after dealing and going through all the crazy shit they've gone through, and they're still together, dude. And
Okay.
it's something like, I hate to say that Jackass is endearing, but there is something endearing to that this friendship, that how close these guys are and the shit that they do, and that they're still doing it 20, 30 years later is just
Mm-hmm.
it's just sick.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. Just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you could tell some of them were just. I wonder if some of the stuff was designed to be filler. Because, like, for example, one of the dumbest ones, and I'm surprised they even kept it in the movie, considering how much they already had, was
Right.
when they were trying to get the scorpion to sting
Oh, the girl
the
in the
girl.
lips on the chin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. That was like, it wasn't funny. Like,
Yeah. It's just painful. Just like,
yeah,
ow, why are you doing that? Like,
yeah, yeah.
um,
The funniest part of it was at the end when she goes, "Oh, that shit hurts," and then the comedian goes, "But she looks good," or something like, that one line was the only funny part of that
wait,
whole
how
skit.
about when the crowd cheered when Pontius goes, she's like, it's on my breast, get it off. He goes, first, I have to ask if you want me to get it off your breast
Yeah, I need your
because
permission.
I need your permission. And the crowd started clapping in the movie theater. Like, oh, look at that. We've
Uh,
grown. We've
yeah.
grown. Party boy.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what's another one that I didn't think I was gonna laugh at a lot, but there's something to Aaron's facial expression when Dave Nagano knocked him in the nuts with the punch.
Yeah, okay. It looked like his light flashed before his eyes right there.
Dude, he shook on the way down. And they're like, yo, I heard the cup break. I'm like, you heard a cup break. And one of my favorite parts of the scene is, I think it's Steve-O with his cell phone who's reading. He's like, Dave Nagano, one of the biggest and heaviest hitters in the UFC. One of his punches is the equivalent of getting hit by a Mack truck. And Dave Nagano looks at him and goes, don't read that right now. Don't read that right now.
Yeah.
But listen, he was all for hitting this guy as hard as he could. So was the hockey player, Saban, I think it was.
Oh, kid. He was like, F you. Yeah. Like, you would think he like slept with his girlfriend or something.
Dude, he was pissed. He's like, oh, I'm gonna definitely get you. I think the first shot he purposely hit him in the face.
Yep.
Oh my Lord, man.
And then the
So listen,
softball, and then he got hit with the girl with the softball.
oh my goodness, yeah, the fastball. Well, she kept pegging him in the same part of the leg,
Oh,
like
kid,
the
did
inner
you see
thigh.
his thigh? Oh my God. He's not walking. He didn't walk for a week after that shit.
Dude, I just want to know how much money that man made to do all those nut shots, dude. Like anything that you could pay me to take a heavyweight punch to the nuts, dude. Like just
No,
nothing you could pay me.
yo,
Nothing.
between that one and then the other one
What
where
the
where he's strapped to the chair. Yo,
Oh,
I think he legitimately saw his life right there. Kid, yo, he's covered in honey and salmon, and a fucking grizzly bear or whatever that was walks in the room, and and nobody was coming in.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. The fucked up part of that bear trick, right? If you saw his reaction after the bear left, the guys walk in, he's still suffering mentally. He's still there, shocked. He's so in shock that he sees the guys coming up to him and he doesn't know how to react. That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He was that terrified.
Yo, the bear was near his nuts, was like clawing at his stomach, and it almost bit his hand.
Wait a minute. Did you see the trainer go, I got to get in there?
Yeah.
When the trainer was like, I got to get in there now. Like,
but why was the door with a guard? Like, they had to lift that bar off the door. What did they think they were, like, you needed to get in? Like,
it's crazy, dude. A lot of crazy shit, man. And it's crazy because we're skipping a lot of the gross stuff because there was a lot of penis stuff and it's just crazy to me, man. I just don't know. So I got to ask out. I already said that me personally, if they come up with a Jackass 5, I know we do a movie podcast. I don't think I can see it, brother. I don't think I can watch Jackass 5. If you ask me today, if Jackass 5 comes out in 6 months, will I go see it? It's going to be a no for me, man. I'm not going to go see it, man. I'm not. I'm done with that type of like seeing all of that. It was just a bit much. How about for you, Al? Would you see a Jackass 5?
I mean, I might see it at home, but at this point, I mean, like if you saw, a lot of the stuff they did was recycled. Like it was like new, updated versions of old tricks and gimmicks that they've already done. So, I mean, there's nothing here to make me feel optimistic that they would be doing anything new. So, I mean, I've already seen them updated, and so I'd be willing to wait for it maybe at home when I don't have anything else to watch. I'll throw it on if it's streaming or something, but I don't know if I'd rush to see it like I did this time. I think it was just like the fact that it had been 10 years or so since we saw the last one.
I think that's what it is too, like the hype from it being so far along, and that's because even me and Brandon were talking about it last week on the podcast. We were like, I can't wait to see this movie, and I'm thinking now, I'm like, I can't believe I said that about a Jackass movie, that I can't wait to see, and I saw what I saw, and I'm like, I'm done. It's just, I can't believe it, man. So, Al, is there any amount of money someone could pay you of the Jackass team?
No, because like you don't know which of those pranks you're gonna be the one to suffer through, and you don't even know when you're not supposedly being involved in a prank if you could be involved in a prank. Like look at the one guy he thought he was giving an interview, and he had dumped 5 gallons of pig cum dumped on him.
Oh.
And it went in his mouth. Kid, it went.
Oh God.
No.
Oh no. Yeah, because didn't even like Tyler the Creator, he was playing a piano, and they put like an electric shock in his chair. Like he was there as a guest.
Yeah, and they got him.
and they got him.
And he had to have known though. That one he had to know.
I think he did though, because he flipped the chair around. He's just like,
they go, oh no, that's the mic. It's the mic. They were trying to say it's the mic. Because it's metal.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I just don't think that one. It's crazy to say that I don't think that any of us are close enough to do those stunts together.
No. I mean, some of them, like the slide, I could see us doing, as crazy as that shit, as painful as that shit looked. I could see us maybe doing something stupid, maybe years ago, but I could see us doing the slide.
The slide, possibly, but
the one I thought was funny too was, but that shit had to have hurt, was the spinning one. I would never do it because I can't handle.
Drink a gallon of milk while you're spinning?
Oh fuck
God, no.
Kid. On the first zip, I'd have been throwing up. I can't hit that spinning shit. I can't do it.
No, man. No.
And then they had to go after that and get loaded up with paintballs and didn't they get hit with like tennis balls or some shit?
Paintballs, rocket. There was like Wee Man was on a little like tank, and he was throwing something at them that was hitting them too. So I'm like, there's no way, dude. There's no way.
But even that I could see on some level, like regular groups of friends doing.
Yeah.
All that other stuff, like, come on, like y'all are too comfortable grabbing each other's dicks. Like there's something else. There's something going on there. I mean, there's one thing to be said about being comfortable in your sexuality and everything, that you can do that.
Right.
But that was too, like, just walking up and grabbing, like, what? I'm not doing that. I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care how long I've known you for, Al.
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
adjusting you, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
just not adjusting anybody. That I'll never forget that, and that's the sad part, dude. I can't erase that shit from my mind that they put his nuts as a beanbag to fight.
And at first I was looking, I was like, are those nuts? Like, those look like nuts. Those look like somebody's shit's hanging just right out the. And then sure enough, that's what that shit was.
Oh my god.
Uh, and
Nuts.
then they show his face, and you saw he was like,
Oh my
but
goodness.
this is why they do it. Because look, we're sitting here talking about it, but we're laughing our asses off just remembering
Right.
it.
Just remembering it. And that's the part that gets me because this type of memory will make me like if they come up with Jackass 6 in 30 years, I'm like, we gotta see what they do now. Like
Bunch of pair 80-year-old balls. No, and then they had 80-year-old men or something like that. Wasn't there a scene? It was like they were at an old folks' home and they had all those old men out there naked just sitting. I'm like, what is going
what is
on?
happening, dude? Yeah. No, it was crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I'm trying to think of some of the other stunts that we saw in there, like the Machine Gun Kelly joke, where like they played it on the commercial, so we all saw the hand hitting
Yeah.
him into the pool. I'm trying to think of any other funny ones that were
Oh,
pretty
the
there.
vulture. Was that a vulture?
Oh my God, yes, the vulture. Well, how about the new kid Jasper, his dad,
Yo, kid. I thought he
Night
was gonna
Shark?
knock.
They call him
Yeah,
Night Shark.
Dark Shark or something. Yeah, I thought he was gonna knock somebody out.
Wait a minute. When he didn't let go of Johnny Knoxville's shirt, and he held two people. I think he had the animal trainer, and he had
Yeah.
Johnny Knoxville's shirt, and he like grasped it. He wasn't letting go, and they were dying laughing, like, look, he's holding on to my shirt.
Yeah, I think they lucky that shit didn't bite him. But okay. Yo, and then they made it bite. What's his name? Oh,
Is Aaron Danger
oh
Aaron or Aaron? I think his name
yeah.
is. Oh my God! You saw the fangs go right in. Oh God!
Oh, that hurts me just thinking about it.
Oh goodness!
Oh, kid.
Yeah, no. I want a regular comedy now. What happened to Rush Hour 4, man? I need Rush Hour 4 now.
Give me an hour of stand up. Like, I'm
Something, dude.
gonna
I
go
can't
watch a
do.
Kevin Hart special right now or something.
Damn, dude. It's just I don't. I just keep thinking back to what we saw, and I'm like, this was crazy. These guys are nuts, man. They're
Yeah,
absolutely out of their mind, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. Pretty
Mhm.
crazy, dude. So I guess if we were to do this, we'd form our own teams and we'd call it what me and Brandon called it the schmucks or the because we're not doing Jackass. We're
Nah.
not doing Jackass. We'll do the schmucks, You would do the slide. So you would do the gel slide.
Okay.
Into
Yeah, I would do
dirt.
the slide. Yeah.
You know which one I would never do is the cannon where they shot Johnny Knoxville straight into the air.
Oh no.
Dude, I would pass out.
Oh,
I'd pass
really?
out right in that thing.
That one I thought was cool. I thought that one was cool.
He
That one
went
I
up
didn't
way
even
too
know.
high in the air. Way too high
Yeah.
in the air, dude.
Yeah, but he landed in water.
Oh, okay, tough.
It's like-
All right, I'll see what I can do for our summer barbecue.
But
and
then
get you
again,
that.
I talk that shit. But do you ever go to the pool in East Meadow?
What
And
happened to East Meadow?
there's a pool and it had two diving boards.
Uh-huh.
In all my life, I never dived off the top one. So I could talk all that shit, but I've never.
Al, let me
It's
tell you
just
something.
water. I'd never dive.
Wifey over here, we went to a pool over here where I live in near Deer Park, and they have the regular diving board that's like just like a foot away from the water,
Uh-huh.
and then they have a diving board that's 6 feet above water. And I followed my wife, and there was like a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old behind me, and they didn't want to get out of the way for me to move back to go backwards. And then the lifeguard's like, "You got to keep going," and I'm like, "No." He's like, "You're already up there. You got to go. You can't go backwards." And I'm like, "Dude, when I did the walk to the edge of that thing, in my mind, I was 5 stories away from the fucking water." And my legs were shaking, and I was like, "It's like, what happened to me?" And there's a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old behind me go, "Just jump, I want to go." Crazy.
You're getting punked by a 10-year-old.
I was getting punked by a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old. on the high dive, if you want to call it a high dive. It was like 6 feet,
Okay.
But yeah, man, I can only. That's why I said, like, you imagine if you put me in a freaking cannon that shoots me into the air like that. Oh, hell no.
Mm-mm.
Hell to the no. Yeah, man. So listen, man, Jackass was absolutely crazy, but it's something that I will never watch again. I will not see Jackass Forever on Blu-ray, on Netflix, on DVD, in just passing on a USA Network channel. No, I will never watch
I don't
Jackass.
think this shit can be seen anywhere. Like,
It can't.
this is going to be only on DVD. There's no streaming service that can air
And
this.
you know what's crazy? I didn't know it was like rated R, or it, could it be rated R with that much shit in it? Like
I don't know. There's not like it should be rated like mature or some shit. Like,
something, dude. It was really bad, dude. Really bad. And then that girl was there for all of it too. I was like, what? She
yeah.
was there when they were playing paddleball with this guy's penis.
she was like, is he really playing that shit? Like I don't even think she could believe that shit was happening.
Yeah, man. And remember, Poopies is like, that was the one thing that made me nervous. I go, that was what made you nervous. I was, out of everything you see that these guys do, that what made you nervous? Like, dude,
Oh man.
oh my God. And it's crazy because I do think there's a rumor, or it's kind of like known, I guess, that this is kind of like the last one that they were going to do, like Steve-O, Johnny Knoxville, that they were going to participate in, because they're getting seriously hurt now. You know what I mean? Like, they're really getting hurt, and they're getting a lot older. So there's rumors that this might be the last one for that group.
Yeah.
Because I think after this, they're just gonna.
Kid, he got, what did he break his wrist, a rib, a concussion?
Yeah.
Yeah, just from that one thing with the bull. I wouldn't do it no more anyway.
That's it.
Take your payday from this one.
So they said this movie took about $1 million to $10 million in budget. I don't know how, and maybe in props and stuff like that.
10 million, no way.
They said they spent a certain amount of money on to make this movie.
Insurance.
This movie already made $25 to $30 million already, and it's just one weekend.
Yeah.
And then we still got whatever happens this weekend, and then when it goes into Blu-ray and all these people buy this stuff, man, these guys are gonna make bank on this. Man.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just live the rest of your life. Don't worry. Hand it over to these new guys. That one guy, the big guy, what's his name? Eric something.
I forgot his name though.
I forget the new guy, the big, the one that dove over all the rat traps and all that shit. Like, he didn't seem to care either. Like, he jumped off into that pile of cactuses.
Oh,
what the hell are you doing?
Oh, with the hang glider.
Yeah. What?
Yeah,
just fucking cactuses. I won't even grab one to move it, and you're jumping on that shit. Get the fuck out.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man.
That group would have to be the next group, but I don't know. See, one thing I'll give Steve-O and all of them is they had the personality for it. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, they were funny. They seemed crazy. This new group, I don't know. I don't see them with the personality to carry it.
Right. They didn't have the same, like you said, exactly, personality to kind of like bring it, and like just bring it to another level as far as the humor and everything like that. Because Johnny Knoxville, Pontius, Steve-O, and all of them together, they form that crazy unit. Wee Man and Aaron, and also it's just it's a special group that I don't think that we're gonna see again like that, doing this kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah, because they seem like funny guys that were just doing crazy shit. The new group
just happened to be recording it.
Yeah, the new group, I don't know. They just seem like people doing crazy shit. Like, they didn't seem like they could be funny if you just put them in a room and told them, like, talk. Let's see, entertain us. Like, the other group, like, they all had a good time, and I granted it's probably years behind their history, but like, just like, when you had Knoxville was getting all nervous and he goes to Wee Man, he goes like, feel my heart and everything. Yeah. Like, just that little interaction, you see the personalities behind these guys. And like, granted, it's their first introduction, but I think they would still need the old group in another movie before you give them the franchise to carry.
Exactly. Yeah, man. But they're not going to have me out because I'm done. I'm done. I'm absolutely done, man.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, man. So listen, that is our spoiler, complete spoiler filled thoughts on Jackass. I mean, I don't know if there's really much to say about it. Like when you
No.
see this movie, or if you, since you're in the spoiler section, you most likely have seen this movie already. It's crazy what these guys are doing. It's just, I don't know, man. I can't be a participant, and I don't want to view it no more. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
It's just really nuts. I'm ready to get back to movies. I'm ready to get back to real movies.
Hmm.
The only thing that sucks out is like when I think about it, there's no comedies anymore. And it's like, where do we get that laugh from now? Because I
Yeah.
haven't laughed that hard in a movie theater in a while, man. I
Hmm.
can't think of the last comedy that made me laugh like that, because we had the few comedies that came out last year, and none of them did that. And I think about the comedies in the past. The last time I remember laughing like that was like Step Brothers,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
Rat, the first one, you know what I mean? But
Hmm.
nothing else, man. It's just kind of sad, man.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, everything's like these action type comedies, like where they're trying to do, like even like Red Notice and stuff. Like, you know,
Mhm.
instead of being just a comedy or just an action movie, everything tries to be a blend of genres.
Yeah, all the Ryan Reynolds movies are that. They're
Hmm.
jokey action comedies now. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. But listen, what did you guys out there think of Jackass Forever if you got to watch it, man? Did you guys get grossed out? Did you just enjoy it? Are you going to go back and see another Jackass if they come out with one? Jackass number 5. Are you looking forward to that? I'm not. So, so listen, if you're watching on YouTube, comment below. Let us know what you think about Jackass Forever. If you're listening to us on a podcast, let's see, just email us at therealfanreview@gmail.com. Let us know in an email there what you thought of Jackass, and we'll gladly read that on the next podcast there, man. So listen, that's gonna be us for tonight, man, because that's really all we can talk about, man. There's not really much going on news wise. We're just waiting here for Peacemaker next episode, and the book of Boba Fett is just letting me down, except for when the
Yeah.
Mandalorian's in it.
I was just gonna say, you mean Mandalorian season 2.5?
I don't understand what they did with Boba Fett there, man. So maybe
Okay.
we'll give a quick review next time on what we thought of Boba Fett, because I think there's 2 more episodes of Boba Fett left, and
Yeah.
Peacemaker has 1 or 2 more
I
too.
think one more. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we'll give you like an overall recap, since we didn't do a series or play-by-play of the episodes. We were watching some real movies out there.
Hmm.
But guys, listen, if you following us or you look at us on the YouTube there, hit the subscribe button. That way you can get all the videos when we put them out there. If you're listening to us on a podcast app, hit the plus symbol on that playlist. So that way every week when we put a podcast out, you get access to that podcast. So again, coming out of Long Island, New York, we are the Real Fan Review. We got our man in the chair, Al.
Have a good night, everybody.
And myself, Hav, saying have a good night, guys. We'll see you next week. Until next time.